Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Binta, and if you're new here, make sure you hit on that subscribe button, and also don't forget to like this video. But if you're an old subscriber, welcome back, and thank you so much for tuning into another video. Okay, so today's video I'm going to be giving you guys basically some steps that you need to take when purchasing land in the Gambia. So when it comes to purchasing land in the Gambia, you can lose a lot of money. You can lose your entire investment on land just by making one little mistake. Okay, because as you guys know, this has been an issue in the Gambia, and when you're going to purchase a land, you have to be very careful, go through the right channels, and also make your due diligence. Okay, so the number one thing you need to do when purchasing land in the Gambia is to find a reliable estate agent. This can be very hard to do because there's a lot of estate agents in Gambia, and there's crooks that are estate agents as well. So at this point, it is very difficult. So it's either you find a reliable estate agent, or better still, be on ground. Okay, be on ground, which is the most important. I would advise you be in Gambia when you want to purchase land as well, because it also helps a lot in making your due diligence and, you know, proper investigation as well, because you're on ground and you can ask so many questions. You know who you're buying your land from, and you know what documents you need, and you have help around you to getting a genuine land. Okay, I have bought land without being on ground, but I'm telling you, it can be very stressful because things move really slowly in Gambia. And secondly, if you're very unfortunate that your land end up having issues, then it's hard to solve that issue unless you go to Gambia. And even if you go, you will not be guaranteed success, you know. So make sure you find a reliable person who's going to help you buy your land, or you be on ground to make all the verification for your land. Okay, so number 2, ownership of the land, which is very similar to the one that I just said, but ownership of the land. Land in Gambia could be owned mostly by family members. Okay, and when I say family members, it's not, most times it's not one family member that owns the land. It could be like, you know, an entire family that have a say in that land. But what happens is that so many people end up selling land without having to get the consent of their family. So for that reason, you have to ask questions. If somebody is selling land to you, you should be ready to go meet their family. You should be ready to ask them if you can meet their family, even if they tell you that the land belongs to them. But just to be on the safer side, you want to know what type of family that person comes from, if the family have a say. Trust me, if the person selling you land is a genuine person and knows that that land is genuine, and knows that he is the only one that is able to sell this land, or his family have given consent to selling that land, they will not hesitate to take you to their family home to verify the ownership of the land. So make sure you leave that at the back of your mind, because I made a mistake of getting land once without verifying ownership. Okay, even though the name on the land says the person that I'm buying the land from, but unfortunately that land was a family land and others did not give their consent. So do not make the same mistake that I did, because I lost a lot of money on that land and I will never forget about it, and I don't want you guys to do the same mistake that I did. Okay, because sometimes what happened is that some people will sell you land, and maybe another member of the family could sell the same land to another person. Now here comes the problem: 2 or 3 people owning one land, and it becomes a fight. What you do, you go to police, you go to court, and what end up happening is that You may either lose the land or you will have to split the land with other people. And just imagine if the land is not too big, how are you going to split it? So at the end of the day, you might be at the losing end instead of the land sellers. So at the end of the day, you might be the one at the losing end by losing all your investment or losing all your hard-earned money. So make sure you're verifying family members that are selling land. Make sure you have documentation or recording of a family saying that yes, they give consent to their their son, their daughter, or whoever is selling the land to sell the land to you. It's very important because we have a lot of issues concerning this thing where land is being sold to 3 different people. Ridiculous. So number 3 would be to get witnesses and lawyers. Okay, you need witnesses. So you need to get at least 2 or 3 people who can be a witness for you, just in case something happened. But not just that, anytime you're signing any document or you're taking any documents, you need to make sure you have your witnesses on your side, so that the person that is selling the land as well can know that, hey, this person have witnesses, so they will not cross the line. You need your witnesses. But most importantly, now at this point in Gambia, you need a lawyer when you're getting land. I know sometimes you may not want to spend that extra money, to get a lawyer, but it is advisable to pay a lawyer to help you than to just lose your entire money, right? So get a lawyer, get your witnesses whenever you're doing land transactions, because it will definitely help you in the long run if need be. So number 4 is fence your land after acquiring it. Okay, fence your land. It is very important, because what end up happening is that if you leave an empty land just like that with grass or just sands, and your land is just sitting around there like that, you will not be surprised. Do not be surprised if somebody comes and start building on your land. Because whenever there is an empty land, people take advantage of it, and people who don't even have access to the land or don't know nobody that owns the land thinks they can sell the land. And I know here the government has a role to play. Like, you guys have a role to play. They need to step in and avoid all these crazy things that are going on, because you don't have access to land, but you sold it. How is that even possible? It sounds so crazy and stupid, but these are some of the things that happen. So whenever you acquire your land, be sure to fence it ASAP, like immediately. Fence your land to help you avoid unnecessary issues. And let's say also you have neighbors that are living beside you. Okay, let's say your land is in the middle and you have a neighbor here and you have a neighbor here. Just in case your land is not fenced and these 2 people might be building, any one of them who is building could try to steal some part of your land. They could steal like 5 square meters. They can steal 3 square meters, and then the next person comes again, try to build. That person also steals a little bit of square meters from your land. What that left you is you get left with a smaller portion of land instead of what you originally bought. So that's why as soon as you bought your land, be sure to fence it. Fence it immediately. Even if you can fence it before your neighbors start fencing, perfect. But make sure you're fencing what belongs to you. Because just because you're the first person to fence does not mean that you can also take 3 or 5 square meters from somebody else's land. Okay, fence what belongs to you, but be sure to secure your land by fencing your land as soon as you buy it. Very important. Okay, the number 5 tip and the last tip I'm gonna give you guys is to lease your land. Consider leasing your land, because when you lease your land, that land belongs to you forever, unless you sold that house or sold the land and transferred the lease documents. Okay, and leasing your land can be done at the Lands Ministry of the Gambia. So this is the best way you can help secure your property. You can help secure your land forever, unless you intend to sell it and also transfer the lease documents. Yes, lease documents do get transferred. If you transfer it, you're gonna have to sign documents saying that you don't have any rights to that land again, but the person that you sold the land will be the owner of that land, and the lease documents will be transferred to that person. You know, sometimes there are issues where two people say they own a land. Okay, one person was the owner of the land but leased the land, and the other person was sold the land illegally but built on the land. When that happens, most likely, if you lease your land, the person that owned the land, the leased land, will be the owner of that land. So it's either you bring down your property, I don't know what you're gonna do, but the leased owner of the land is the original owner of the land. As long as you don't have lease documents over that land and you have been sold that land illegally, then I'm sorry, but you may end up losing your land. So if you are buying land in Gambia, never ever forget leasing the land. It can be a bit pricey sometimes because you may need to involve a lawyer in, or sometimes you can also do it by yourself, but most people will like to involve a lawyer to get the process moving fast, and so somebody else can take care of it. You know, sometimes lawyers get things faster than us regular individuals. But yeah, it can be a bit pricey, but it's better to spend $1,000 on lease so that you can secure your property than to be sorry in the future. Okay, so yeah guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys are gonna implement these steps in case you want to buy land in the Gambia, because it will definitely help you a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching once again, and I will definitely see you in my next one. Bye guys.